Welcome back to the Unprofessionals show. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Justin.
I'm Noel.
I'm James.
And today's topic is kind of like bare bones games, because we had one with Battlefront, and we have one that's kind of sort of one that's coming out soon. Is Street Fighter V. So they laid out the whole like DLC schedule for Street Fighter V for like the whole year. And Alex is coming out in March. But what else is coming out in March is the challenge trials, which aren't in the full release, and the 8-player lobbies is also coming out in March, which is not in the initial release of the game either. So you can only play 2 players online. If you just want to play your friends, it's only one-on-one. And the shop isn't even in there. So,
oh wait, what? The shop?
Yeah.
Like
so you can't
Fight money shop.
Yeah.
You can't buy stuff?
Nope.
Well, you better get saving.
So like
What?
So from what I understand, because in one of the trailers they said from doing the survival. Oh, no, story mode, you get the story mode costumes, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't even get those until March, I believe.
Because you can't buy them.
Because they're not in the store.
Because the shop's not open.
The
for
shop's
business.
not in there.
The shoppy's closed.
Yeah. There's riots going on.
So that kind of bothered me a little bit.
It bothers me a
That
lot.
stuff that's not in there. But I mean, it is coming, so I guess it's kind of okay because we know it's coming. But anyways, then they're pretty much releasing something every month. So March is Alex, April is another DLC character, May is another character, and then June they skip a character, but they released the story mode, which is left out of the initial game too, which is kind of weird. In July another character, August another character, September the last character, and then we don't know from then on. But I mean, for the next 7 months,
we do have
we'll get something new
forward to each month.
But yeah, I mean, as a consumer, like, how does that make you guys feel?
DLC characters I can understand.
Right.
Testing, balancing, upcoming major tournaments such as Evo. DLC characters are just DLC characters. But when you mentioned that they don't have a shop, and when I read the articles that the story's not going to be released until like later down the line, it's like, why am I paying $59, $60? Well, if you're on Amazon, yeah, 47. So I don't really have.
Is all that confirmed as paid, like, or for DLC? Is that like that? Do you have to pay for the cinematic story expansion?
No.
Okay.
Aside from the characters, everything else is free.
Okay.
Which I said it's kind of okay, but they're still releasing like this
in chunks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's all free, so.
I don't really agree with it. If I'm paying for a game, and I can kind of understand their side of their business practice and whatnot. They're trying to get the game out before like all the tournaments and whatnot.
Yeah, I think it's mainly because of the Pro Tour, Capcom Pro Tour.
Right.
They wanted that game out so people can get ready get the tournament.
Yeah, or
ready.
else they'd have to wait another year.
Yeah.
But the other side of me says, I'm paying this much money. I want the full complete game.
Right.
Yeah, because we're not tournament players. We'd like to be, I guess. We like to be that good, but we like the single player aspect too. Like, I want the colors, I want the costumes, I want all the characters.
Yeah, I mean, my stance on it, like, yeah, it makes sense. The release date due to the tournaments, but I feel like it's just been a practice that's been going on for so long. Like, nothing's ever truly complete anymore.
Yeah.
Because let's say, for example, you have a game like that, what separated it recently, Metal Gear, right? So it came out with the story first, then you had the multiplayer. So in a sense, this is opposite. Like, you have your online, and you have the cinematic story later on, right? I mean, as long as we get it for free, sure, but I don't know. It doesn't
kind of sucks though.
Yeah, like as a general, like you said, as a general consumer, I do want to play the story. Like, if I'm not playing the story, then I'll be playing practice mode or training mode or playing online with you guys. But I'm not always on, training mode or playing online. Like, I want to enjoy the game
Mhm.
at its fullest when it's released. You know, I want to have something else like challenges, trials, whatnot.
Yeah.
And that's where it boils down to what kind of player are you? Because I mean, pretty sure there's a lot of tournament players out there who don't care about
Don't
story.
care.
Yeah, and they just want to get in.
You
kind of
see it in how
yeah,
they release that game. Like, it's got everything you need to go enter a tournament is in that game. Already.
Exactly,
Training
yeah.
mode,
You're-
versus mode, and bare bones online.
Right.
Mhm.
That's essentially what it is. So I mean, who knows? I mean, I'm not like both, or I'm not like a tournament player. So does it entirely bother me? I mean, I have other games to hold me over. So,
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, I have other games to hold me over. So
So do you guys feel like it's worth that $59, knowing that you'll get everything for free later?
later on, right?
Do you feel like it's okay for them to charge $59 now, or would you rather just them charge for every little bit, like charge for the 8-player lobby, charge for the store?
Yeah,
a
like
couple
pay like
bucks?
$29 for the game now, and then like each
Yeah.
chunk. You know what I mean? It's tough.
It is.
Like it's
yeah.
me just spending money in general. Like I want things for free. I want who
Right.
does it? Like I don't want to spend
Yeah.
money for this game, but
I mean,
it is the way it is. I would say spending the $60 outright and knowing that I get the story, the upgraded
Yeah.
online. It doesn't bother me too much, knowing that it's going to be free, or it will be included. It's not necessarily free, but it will be included.
Yeah, you're technically paying for it outright
yeah.
before it comes out.
From like a haggling point of view, I would say what I would get for this plus DLC characters, like the way it's released now, I would probably pay like $70, $75, like for everything, knowing I would get everything. Like that's DLC characters, the cinematics started to come out later, trials, everything. Like I would say this whole package is worth $75, but
what's the deal? What's the season pass? 30?
season pass is $30.
And the game's
69 or 59.
59.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
64 with
so
tax,
that's
and
like
then-
$90, like
Yeah.
99, probably 95, close to 100 with tax, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if the market worked this way, where we could like haggle our way,
Yeah.
like I would say 75.
$70,
but
and then you get the
Yeah,
DLC
like-
characters without having to, because like you can't.
that would be my range, $70 to $75,
Sold.
right? I had to haggle with the guy at the farmer's market for my
Yeah.
dip. I was like, "This is slightly
Is
used.
this stolen?
This is slightly
Slightly.
used dip. This is the last one. I want $3 for this."
You know what? You're spending too much time. $2. Final offer.
So I mean, it's an unfortunate practice for these games nowadays. Like because there's so many things going on now, tournaments and just
Time crunches.
yeah, exactly.
Trying to beat the other game.
Yeah.
That's that might be comparable to them.
right.
Yeah.
So that's why they do this. But is
Mhm.
it fair? It's hard for us to adjust. I mean, probably the kids getting to the generation now are like, oh, I'm used to it.
Mm-hmm.
But we're spending like
Well, because
$100 a
we grew
game.
up in
Yeah.
the age where there was
Yeah.
no DLC.
Yeah, there was
no
no-
patches.
Yeah,
If the
nothing.
game was broken, it's
Yep.
broken. You
Yep.
just got to avoid some kind of
Mhm.
mechanic.
Yeah.
Or it
breaks
gets
it for you.
banned or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
How about multiplayer only games like Battlefront, Titanfall,
mhm.
Evolve.
Evolve?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say Evo.
It's
Evolve.
about the same.
I didn't play Evolve.
I played the beta like one match. I mean,
Cool in concept.
yeah, the concept's really sick, but I don't know. Like, I didn't have anyone to play with. I was just playing with randoms, and we didn't know what to do. So I was like, fuck this. I'm cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
But it's still okay. It's a multiplayer only game, and it costs $60, full price.
Battlefront. That's
That's
what.
probably what we're all into. That something we could all speak on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they did with Battlefront, I mean, it is an enjoyable game, and coming from Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, and now Battlefront, like, for a game that was funded by Disney, and for the amount of money that went into it, and having a good studio that does it, DICE is, they have a really good, studio, but
Mm-hmm.
paying $59, $60 for that game as it stands. No single player. I mean, you have challenges, but it's strictly multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, it is just a multiplayer game. I don't even think it's worth the $60 that I spent. It's fun. I like it, but was it worth it? I don't think so.
Yeah, I would say so too, because you could have done a lot. I mean, even if you followed the plot of the movies, like whatever, you know. As far as those co-op or single player challenges, I've never tried them.
We tried them for a little bit.
Yeah, how was it?
Gave up on it.
Oh, really?
Because it's pretty much just like a horde mode, survival mode, kill waves, and then move on. I mean, I like that. It's fun, but
it's not like zombie status.
Right.
Yeah, it's not very complicated. Not like the Call of Duty Zombies when you first played.
Yeah.
And I want to touch on Call of Duty myself. But as far as not now, but speaking still on Battlefront, yeah, I do wish there was more, like you guys say, customizable guns, like being able to put scopes on guns.
I'd be okay with them like going out of lore just to put.
Or dig deep into the archives and find out if Lucas had this in the concept art or something.
Yeah,
like scope.
Because our only customizable thing are star cards, but you only upgrade your cooldown rate, which is pretty boring because you have certain weapons like the barrage, for example. Like you could easily probably stick maybe 3 more grenades on that thing, for an upgrade, right?
Yeah.
Just give it. Could use a little more.
Or you can choose if you want a faster cooldown or if you want more grenades on the barrage.
Yeah, give it different tiers. So
yeah,
hopefully they can implement that somewhere down the line.
I don't think they will, but
because I mean, you buy the gun that you like, and that's about it. You
don't do anything with it.
Yeah, if you want to switch a weapon, then you just switch a weapon.
You can't even upgrade the guns at all. Like not even the cooldown when it gets burnt out or whatever it's called.
Yep. So I mean,
I guess that attributes to more of the balance, less factors.
That's true. But I mean, there's only, like we were saying in our Battlefront video, like there's only 4 planets, and then there's just sections of those planets for each game mode.
Yeah.
Like there's not a lot. And
you damn well know we're gonna have to pay DLC for more maps. And even then.
And the DLC is pretty expensive. It's damn near a game. It's $50, $49.99.
How many DLCs?
4.
4.
It would take a lot of convincing for me to spend that much.
I mean, I'm probably gonna do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. There you go. That's enough. That's enough to sway me over, knowing you guys will play.
When it's about to come out, I'll think more about it.
I was telling Justin, I want to see the details. Like, even though they kind of had a small amount.
Yeah, they said the theme around it. I don't think they said much else. Like one's
weapons.
Death Star, one's...
They just better make the Death Star fucking worth it.
Outer Rim, I'm not sure what Outer Rim is. One's going to be Cloud City, Bespin.
And I think what disappointed a lot of Star Wars fans as well was, space battles. The ability from going from... And the type of modes, too. I mean, the type of game modes that they have,
I think, was it Fighter Squadron? Is that what the... I think that over the Death Star would be pretty sick though. Would be in space, and then you could have your ground area, which is the outer part of the Death Star, and you could fly through the trenches and stuff. I think that'd be pretty sick.
I want bigger game modes, just aside from the 2,
Yeah.
Bigger.
Oh, there's 3 now. Oh, I think that's what they're adding to
Jakku,
is
right? The one on Jakku.
Turning Point.
Turning Point, right? Yeah.
I think that's what they're adding with the first expansion is putting Turning Point on all big maps. Yeah.
That's nice.
I think they just needed to.
Is it worth $49?
I know.
Yeah, and we're not gonna know until it's all said and done. Really.
I'll wait.
It's still a fun game. I'm not gonna know.
Yeah, it's still an enjoyable shooter, very casual shooter. So
yeah.
And I, to understand their business practice too, they're trying to appeal to all
mass
crowds.
Audience. Yeah.
From adults who play or who know Star Wars to the kids who just watched Star Wars for the first time.
But going back to Street Fighter, that was their focus too, is to appeal to the mass audience to get in new players. But you're gonna get in new players by missing all this stuff at launch. I don't think is a very good idea.
Good idea, yeah.
It
But,
just depends on everybody's standpoint of the game. Like, are you playing it for competition, or are you just playing it just to play a game, casually?
I would say 10% is probably competition, and then the
rest
90 is casual. I want to play all this other crap. I don't like playing with online with people.
Yeah.
What if the average Joe who doesn't really play fighting games,
Who's only gonna play for like a couple months? They'll
Yeah.
play like the story
Not
mode.
even.
And,
Spend, like,
yeah.
Maybe not even that.
they spend like what $60 on Street Fighter, and all they can do is just training mode and online. So what else? I mean,
And
what
play
else do
their
they have?
friends whenever they get together. But
Yeah, but it's like
oh, there is the arcade. The arcade story mode's there, but
Yeah.
I guess it's the prologue to the whole big story mode later.
Right. And knowing damn well, like, well, they're not gonna have to pay for it. So let me retract that thought. That's free. They just
Yeah, it's
gotta
all
wait.
free.
So they would just have to wait. 3 months after the initial release if they want
For
that
the story, the
cinematic?
big story mode.
Yeah.
June, right?
1, 2, 4. It'll be in the 4th month. So
Fourth-
yeah, about
one,
3
4.
months. Yeah.
Summer. Well, summer vacation. There you go.
But
For
I
all
do.
you, for all you youngsters.
kids are out of school. they
Yeah.
can
I
play
do
a
like
story mode.
something new is coming out every month though.
Oh yeah.
Like it keeps the game fresh.
Right. Exactly.
The 7
Okay.
remake.
7 remake. So that's gonna probably be off the bat 59, I'm sure, and it's in episodes. So what's that gonna mean? Like,
Do we have to wait? Or do we have to buy a DLC?
Yeah. Do we have to
pass?
add on
Yeah.
to that?
Is it gonna be like the Telltale games, like I said earlier?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
you can buy them.
Buy it all
I think
outright.
I feel like those are way overpriced myself too. In
Yeah,
my
how
How
opinion.
much?
That's why I waited.
They're like
never-
around 25 sometimes.
for what, an episode?
No, like a season pass. An episode is like maybe like $8, I guess. But
And
that's why I wait
how
on sales
long
for
would you
those.
say generally? Like they're not very long, right? An
No,
episode,
I'd
maybe
say,
like
like-
an hour or two.
Maybe a couple hours depending on what. Especially now, I feel like you get through those games so much quicker. Like Walking Dead, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finished that
The
within,
older
like, 2 days.
games took a little more because I felt they were more challenging, like as far
Yeah.
as puzzle solving and everything.
I
But
think
now
they made
they're
those
just
games a lot easier
they're just
now.
very story focused, and it's just like
Point and click.
make your choice. Yeah, like make your choice.
Yeah.
There's not that much like pick up this item. It's like A to B, rather than the older games where it's like A, B, and C, and you'd have to say like certain dialogue to get stuff, get the ball rolling.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
get it progressing.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not even down with
Hopefully, well, I mean, I'm not thrilled with this, this model that a lot of companies are trying, or not trying, but like they're kind of gravitating towards.
Right, because I guess they feel that they already got us on a leash with the first, with their first
First
release.
episode
Yeah.
or first release. Yeah.
Like, oh, we got him hooked, or
Mhm.
whatever. Like, we're just gonna just, get pissed wanting more, unless you want to just be smarter and wait for
Yeah.
like a complete.
yeah, edition.
No one's forcing you to.
Buy.
Yeah, but it's like we want to spend the money right because we've waited for so long.
Because I mean, if you look at it this way, the video game market's huge, and
Yeah.
people will spend the money for it,
Yeah.
whether it be your
Someone's
parents' money.
bound to.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I don't know, companies some companies have that cash grab model.
Yeah.
DLC this and that, promise this and that. Like look at
Um,
Grand Theft Auto. Like what happened to all their promised like DLC stuff?
Right.
It became
I wouldn't
just-
say it was actually exactly promised, but okay. Anyway.
I mean, like if you could compare it to like GTA 4, where
Right.
they had like Ballad of Gaytoni, The Lost and the Damned.
Mhm.
Those were really good expansions. But you look
Yeah.
at GTA 5, it's all
All multiplayer.
like stuff that they add, but then you still have to make money to buy it. But if you don't want to make the money, you have to buy the shark cards.
Buy the money.
So
Yeah,
you got to buy fake
Buy the
money.
money with real
It was
money.
Grand Theft Farmville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
it's kind of disgusting in a way.
yeah.
For a lot of companies that we had trust in, or we
Yeah.
say trust in, or we had like some faith in, and they just kind of.
It's traditionally throughout that whole PS3 generation or even Xbox 360, Rockstar was known to have DLC follow with each one of their games. Each and
Yeah,
every
like
one
it's
of them.
prepared
Mm-hmm.
that it's gonna come out.
Yeah,
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, whether it's like online or another story tacked on.
That might be one of my favorite DLCs.
Yeah.
Dead?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty
Definitely. Even LA Noire had each of the cases, like the additional cases.
Mm-hmm. Overpriced, but they were really good in story.
I thought they were cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that new tech that they used just had to get paid for somehow.
Yeah.
That face scanning thing that they developed. And that
went
company
under.
went under, right?
Yeah, Bondi.
Yeah.
Because
Team Bond or Studio Bondi, Team Bondi.
apparently they're like being treated like crap.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, yeah, like, I mean, GTA 5, I like it. Some people think otherwise. I think they really took it a step up, and they could have done a lot more as far as tacking on additional story.
Mm-hmm.
But they decided not to do it.
Supposedly it might be still coming out,
Yeah.
but it's
like 2 years down the road.
Yeah,
But like
that's really far.
Yeah, that's a huge gamble. Like, are you gonna win back your audience? Because
Did GTA have a season pass?
No.
GTA
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I mean, all we got was Heist. That was pretty fun for the little while. If you had 4 people.
Yeah, we only
If you
had 3 most of
yeah,
the time,
if
so
you
we
had
couldn't
4.
even do it.
I mean, I got to do all 4, and I've done a couple of them like multiple times, but all in all, it just got stale.
Mm.
And it wasn't even like an effective way to like grind out your money because there was like a wait time, like any.
Oh yeah,
like
that's
I guess
right.
like raids or things
Yeah,
like
they give
that,
you a
so
cooldown before you can do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Yeah. So.
But like touching on the Final Fantasy VII remake, like what I was saying is like, if they don't do it episodically, I think they're just gonna go under because it probably takes that game is huge, and to remake that shit. Like,
if they want to touch every single point that the original version did, if they want, if that's what their intentions are, to give us everything that the first one gave us, then yeah, it's gonna take forever.
They would never release it. As slow as they are now. Like, look, Final Fantasy 15's been being developed for like 10 years now or some shit.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
Like, oh god, Final Fantasy 7, we'd be dead and never see it.
I mean, I can see your point, and like you said, like if they want to put every single aspect of what was in the original in the new next gen game or the remake, then yeah, it would take.
Yeah, I think they want to release it for just to get something out there and then at least make some money off of it so they can continue developing it.
But as far as Square Enix's other releases, 15 and Cage 3, are those just going to be like one?
Yeah, those are one game. Oh, well,
probably like
so
really
we know.
skins.
Yeah. But yeah, my concern with a game like Final Fantasy VII being episodic is like, can we go back to Midgar? Is the Golden Saucer, is that going to be only like in episode 3 only? And if I want to go back there and play some games, I got to put in disc 3 from episode 3 or whatever. I got to put that back in there to play.
Unless, I don't know if it's possible, but each thing tacks on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd like to at least have the environment there. Maybe like those cutscenes or whatever aren't there anymore. But
like as you
for me to
purchase
go back,
it just starts building.
Don't want it to be linear. We don't want it to be like 13, where you can't go back.
Well, and it's very much possible too. You know, because if you work it like DLC, if you work it like DLC, then they'll make the areas accessible. You know? But I would want it to be seamless.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, definitely. I don't
not like having to like go to a port and then wait, you know, like see my loading screen. Like, this is crap.
Wait for the boat to get there.
Yeah.
11 Final Fantasy 11
yeah,
style.
Selbina.
Yeah, like, damn, I missed the airship. I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
right?
Fuck, man.
It's like it operates on real time.
Yeah, like it's like
this?
driving the fucking Target
Yeah,
from my
like
house.
everybody's all
Jesus.
like trying to run. Like if you're trying to get to an NM, you gotta all run to the airship, and then like someone missed it. You're like, oh man, there goes a red mage.
Yeah.
That's a red
our
mage.
tank missed the bus here.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say not like an opposite. You know how every like games now have different components to them. They have your single player, you have your multiplayer, and then whatever bonus game. I think Call of Duty definitely like embodies that. Like just to bring that up, where you have your single player, your strictly multiplayer, and you have your zombies. Like for me, especially with the Treyarch games, it was always zombies for me. I like the bonus game. Like I love playing it over. That was probably where most of my hours playing that game went. Yeah. So it just sucks that you couldn't get those things separately, because if I had the option, I probably would have just got zombies. Yeah.
You would have got like zombies every Call of Duty.
Yeah, exactly.
I would probably do it too. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, if I could pay like $15 for just zombies, I'd do it.
It's like you go back to Red Dead Redemption, you could play the zombie
by
game
itself.
by itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was standalone.
Yeah, the standalone.
It had its standalone story and standalone multiplayer.
Or actually, it had all the DLC on, or just strictly DLC on that one disc. I remember.
Yeah,
because it had the DLC that had the bonus games. But anyway, yeah, with Call of Duty Season Pass, that's like as much as the game, and like you're not even using all that content. Like I hardly played any of the Black Ops 2 maps.
Yeah, and it's like the people that just go straight to multiplayer in Call of Duty.
Exactly.
Like, they don't touch the single player. You could save them some money.
Yeah.
don't add it in there.
But I guess those people don't care, because they're still, still playing it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only way they can get it.
Yeah.
Well, which was weird is like the older gen versions of this Call of Duty. What is it? Black Ops 3.
That was separate.
They separated it.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe it couldn't fit on a disc, or
I'm pretty sure
system couldn't handle it or something.
Yeah. I mean, same thing could be said with fighting games. Even.
Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Going back to Street Fighter, right now as it stands, I mean, I would just pay like $30 for the game. I mean, and then if I want the story, which I want, then I'll pay, $20 for the story or something. But I don't know. It's a really touchy subject.
And you're saying it's just gonna be Street Fighter 5, no Super, no anything.
Yeah, we won't have to buy another disc again.
They're just gonna keep tacking on to the game.
I would have done it anyway.
I just hope this game doesn't take too much data.
It's only 6 gigs.
Is it?
Yeah.
No
way,
really?
I just downloaded it. Well,
there's a 5 gig update too, I think.
Okay.
Well, I didn't have there's no story in it.
Right, that's gonna be like 35
like 30 gigs.
It's
gonna be like Batman.
I feel like that's another thing I was gonna bring up. Yeah, I feel like Batman in a way is incomplete. Like they could have added a lot more to that whole like open world. And I mean, I guess Season of Infamy did that. You played it.
I liked it.
Right.
I really did.
Yeah, I heard it was good. Probably the only good one.
I actually completed it within 2 days though. So.
I can't see there being.
If it was
in there.
I wasn't sure if it was included in the season pass.
It is. It's the last one, yeah.
Oh, they're not coming out with any more DLC?
Okay. It shouldn't be. I hope not.
I guess.
God.
You know what? Then that DLC pass isn't worth it, because that was pretty short, and all the other DLCs were just.
Why do you think they're always putting it on sale?
Huh?
They're always putting it on sale. Like they're taking like $10 off of that thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Trying to push it.
Cause like going back to comparing it to the Call of Duty, what you were mentioning is like the Batman DLC has hella shit I don't care about. I don't care. Maybe there's like one skin of the Batmobile like I'd want to just I want to mess with.
Skin.
What's his
Adam
face?
West.
Adam West is Batman. Like I'd take that for like $1 and just to run around and laugh. But like I don't care about the Batmobile tracks because I hated the Batmobile. I don't care about most of those skins. I don't care about 15 minutes of playing Catwoman because it's only 15 minutes and sucks.
Eartha Kitt Catwoman. That'd be hella funny. Like everyone's classic. It's like the old Joker, the guy, the Spanish guy who played from like all the 60s.
And then like you can only, if you have a Batmobile skin, you can't always use it because sometimes you need to use the tank mode.
Right.
And not all those skins are built for that. Like how dumb is that?
Yeah, dude? like I was going around in Keaton's Batmobile and then there's those stupid mines that you have to like disarm. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I can't do this mission because
you have the skin on.
Yeah, because I had the skin on. I have to back out to the menu and then reset the skin.
That's terrible, dude.
And then I have to go back into the game.
That's disgusting.
It's a bad practice.
I mean, I like the skin. I mean, I want to go around and 89 Batmobile.
I'm not
that shit's hella dope.
bagging on you for liking the skin, but how you gonna
make
make
it function.
Yeah, make
Yeah.
it function. Like, oh, you're gonna stop me from doing this because I want to use this skin?
Yeah.
Why even make it then?
Yeah.
Like the Arkham skins. Like, yeah, if you had to change Batman's costume per skin, like to do certain things, like then that's ridiculous.
It's like overboard. Yeah.
Oh, with the Adam West costume, did he have like the grappling?
No, I didn't buy that. I didn't. Instead of the gun, he goes like that.
Sometimes it misses. You gotta do it again.
He's like, he has to wrap it
No,
up.
the camera will tilt.
Yeah. The building tilts.
Yeah.
But he's going up like this.
And then Robin's behind you.
Yeah.
Then
Having a
I would pay for that
conversation.
then.
I think
Yeah,
I might pay for that too.
I would actually pay for that.
Should make it its own game.
Yeah.
I think Rocksteady would make so much out of that.
Make a killing.
Yeah. Arkham City skins were really good though. The Dark Knight Returns one especially, that one's my favorite from that whole thing.
I like the Batman Beyond.
Yeah. That's
Always
a good
thought
one.
those were cool.
It's just a business practice that it's a trend now, unfortunately. And
Yeah. And it kind of depends on us, like where we want to stick our money into.
Yeah, it
What we
depends
wanna
on
invest.
Yeah, it depends on you as a consumer. Like, there's a lot of games that we like, day one that we've waited for a long time. But what's the smarter move? Just to wait. Like, if we take an interest in a game, for example, I think Shadow of Mordor was probably the most recent. They have the Game of the Year edition now. Like, those are common practice now. Like,
Yeah.
full complete
games.
Yeah, with all the
And
DLC.
and they're actually even less than the initial release.
Yeah.
So
It'd be smarter to wait out some certain games.
Yeah.
Just like Batman. Like I got that for $15.
yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I
Well
enjoyed
worth the
it.
money.
Yeah, it was worth $15 for me. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But I can, like I said, I can understand if you're paying $59 outright and you get a game that isn't complete. I would be pretty pissed.
Yeah, I guess it's where you want to spend your time
Yeah.
Yeah.
And money.
and money. Yeah.
Like,
Because we're a lot older now. We don't have much time to want to do things. Shit.
It's fine. It's like, how much is it more worth if the game's long, or if it's long and has nothing really to do, it's repetitive and long? Is that worth your money?
Right. Yeah.
Or would you rather have a game like, say The Order was really good, and it's only like 7 hours, 7 hours? Would that be worth $60 to you? Say it's like one of the greatest games ever made, but it's only 7 hours long. You could technically beat it in like 1 or 2 sittings.
No, hell no.
No?
No way. No.
Okay. Just
I'd
asking.
rather get that
Throwing it
7
out
hours.
there.
I'd rather get that 7 hours in episodes and pay like $25 or something, whatever. I mean, that was one of the most. It was, I gotta admit, it's a great looking game, but it's like a mix of games that doesn't work, because it's very story driven and.
Yeah, not too much gameplay. It might be even closer to like Until Dawn. Or,
Yeah, that's what I was getting from it.
like that kind of gameplay, like you just run from place to place.
Because the most I
But it
watched-
works for Until Dawn. The game, like,
Oh yeah.
The Order is different.
Like
It's
you
a
have
cover shooter.
Yeah, you have
that
to,
you don't play.
Yeah, you have to do things like what I saw from that gameplay vid was he just walked to like the front of some kind of ship and he just pressed the button. I was like, if this is gonna be like 4 hours of the game, then this is shit.
It's
Like
like-
it's just talking. It's like
autopilot.
yeah, it's
I'd rather watch the movie version of it. You got season passes. You got different seasons like Killer Instinct.
yeah,
They have their characters and whatnot. But
doing what they can to keep the game fresh for a long time.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean that I think is all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's still
definitely.
understandable, but certain games it just does not work.
No, I can only stay fresh for so long. That's why I hope with the Battlefront thing, like how long do they plan to carry out each DLC? Like it's been how long since
December.
Yeah,
Oh
December.
no, actually November 19th.
Oh yeah, November. Yeah,
Battlefront, yeah.
Yeah, Battlefront's
November.
been November, so 5 months now, or 4 or 5 months.
Mhm.
Still no DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, only that free one, the Jakku
Right.
thing,
Yeah, the
which is
Jakku
only like
thing.
one level, one game mode, and that's it. Right?
That's right.
And then the two actually costumes for Luke and Han.
Yeah.
Their Hoth
Okay.
uniforms. Well. Yeah. So, put your money where your mouth is.
That doesn't make sense. No, that doesn't. That does not work.
Yeah, I'd have to disagree with that.
It's like you put one pants leg one leg at a time.
Nothing
No?
makes any sense anymore.
No? That doesn't work
No.
either. I'm trying to make sense here.
Well, if you can find a fitting metaphor,
Leave it in
basically,
the
if
comments
you can
below.
really find the point of this video, because we can't seem to really exactly find it either. We just wanted to talk.
Put your foot in your mouth.
Put your foot in your mouth and your money in your pants. What? No? You don't like that one?
All right.
Well, that's the video. Peace.
Put your foot in your mouth and your money in your pants.
Oh my god.